this shit.
You're not what you feel, you're not your thoughts, and you're not your emotions. It's obviously easy to tell them apart in theory, but when things start to fall apart in life, everything just gets jumbled up and it all becomes a blur. And now suddenly I can't tell if I was ever good enough. And that's when I usually end up in a slump. I think it happens when I'm not at my best because something XYZ affected me, so I get caught up in my emotions. But at the same time, I still expect myself to uphold a certain level of standards I set for myself. So the difference in expectations versus reality makes me feel even shittier about myself.
I look like shit right now, so...
But you know, there's just no shortcuts getting out of a rut. But there are some small steps that we can take to make it seem like we're progressing faster than we are. I think the first and most important step is to sit with your emotions. Like, feel them and let them have their moment, and before you know it, you already feel a lot better. I used to hate feeling sad because I just didn't want any negativity in my life. But being sad is part and parcel of life. And it teaches us things that the other emotions can't, and it shouldn't be viewed as something negative. I wish someone told me that no one emotion is better than the other because they are all valid and they exist for a reason. I think that sadness teaches you how to be compassionate with yourself because it shows you how sensitive you are and the way you care for others. And so in return, you should do the same for yourself, which is to be gentle with your own emotions. And remember that all kinds of emotions should be given the space to be and to exist. The second step is to get out and spend time with people that make you feel better. And most of the time, you don't even have to talk about the issue. You'll feel better just by basking in the warmth of their presence. I know this sounds counterintuitive because who likes to go out when they're upset? Because I know I don't like to do that. But whenever I force myself to go out the house and meet people that care, I almost always feel better after. Because they remind me of who am I and not who I think I am. Which is usually the worst version of myself because I am my worst own critic. And with that said, I think it's important to surround yourself with people that uplift you and those that understand you when you're going through something. And the last thing I like to do when I'm going through it all is by completing small tasks. It can be as simple as packing your room, making your bed, or making breakfast even. I find that when I start small and complete many small tasks, it helps me to get into the momentum of things and go on with the day with a good start. And especially since whenever you're in a slump, it means that the entire day is slow, and this results in me getting even more stressed out. Because at the end of the day, I realize how unproductive I've been. So whenever you feel like you're in a slump, start with many small things, slowly complete them, and you'll be back on track sooner than you think. Most importantly, I think slumps, getting a rut, all these are super important because they help us to recalibrate and check if we're going in the right direction. Because it might just be our body's cries for help. And slowing down gives us the time to think about what matters more and the time to learn about yourself, your tendencies and your habits. So to whoever who is going through it right now, just know that you'll be okay in time to come. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.